Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome to the Crack House Chronicles. I am Donnie, your host, and with me is a man who has a dead battery he's giving away free of charge. It's Dale.
That's right, Donnie.
What's going on, bud?
Oh, not too much, man. Not too much, but I got your battery.
Are you positive?
I'm positive. Oh, damn right. How's it going today?
Hey, man, I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
Good. What we got going on?
Well, I think we have a special treat today. We got if everybody remembers a couple weeks ago when we did Peewee Gaskins two-parter, at the end of that, there was a little thing that went on in the prison where he pulled the C4 in there and then actually killed the guy in prison, which actually got him executed. Well, that guy's name was Rudolph Tyner. And after we did that episode, we had a guy reach out to us and said that he actually knew some of those folks. He knew the people that Rudolph had killed to put himself in prison. And he had a little insider stuff on that, and he knew them. And we just want to call him up today and see what he knows.
Sounds good.
I think it'd be a pretty cool show. It's something like, insider from somebody that was there.
He was actually a family friend of the family that Rudolph Tyner had murdered.
Right.
Yeah. Very cool.
So I think it's kind of cool, just to have somebody reach out and want to jump on board and ride with us for a little while.
Yeah, and this guy's name that we're going to interview today, his name is Benjamin Richardson.
Yep.
He is from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Myrtle Beach.
Dirty Myrtle. And he is very acquainted with Peewee Gaskins, Rudolph Tyner, and the Moon family that was murdered by Rudolph Tyner.
Oh, shit.
Benjamin, welcome to the show.
How you doing?
We're doing good, man. How are you?
Not bad. Just sitting here on the patio talking to you. Got a little bit of wine. I ain't got no cold Budweiser.
We got you covered on that end.
Oh, yeah. We got it, bud. We got some Budweiser up here. All right, Ben, let's talk about how do you know the Moon family and Tony Semo and those people?
Like I said, I was young. Back when this murder happened, or murders, I was only 17 years old. Right now I'm 59.
Uh-huh.
So it's something that, when I grew up, we used to have a barbecue at the Moons every year after Labor Day.
Yeah.
When everybody slows down, they'd have a barbecue and music, and it'd be like probably 200 people there.
Oh, wow.
They had the banjo, the Martin guitar, and the chestnut mandolin.
Sounds like a good time, yeah.
Just a picking and a grinning, huh?
It's a regular old party.
That's right.
Okay.
They were good people.
Yeah. Now, Tony...
Real good people.
Tony Semo, he was Myrtle's son by a previous marriage, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
She had been married before, and like I say, she married Bill Moon, which he was retired from the Air Force.
Yeah.
From Myrtle Beach Air Force Base.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, like I say, a lot of people would make that their last duty station. And they would retire in Surfside, Myrtle Beach, Merle's Inlet. That's really how Surfside got started, is because Air Force people bought down there. It was cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really can't blame them to end down there and go ahead and retire at the beach. It sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, there's a lot. You ever heard of Mickey Spillane?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Hammer, yeah.
All right, Mike Hammer.
Yeah.
Miller Lite All-Stars.
Yep.
Mickey Spillane retired down there. He lived in Merle's Inlet.
Yeah.
When I was when I got out of first grade, this is a side note, but Mickey Spillane, I remember when I was out, I rode my father. My father was in the beer business. The beer truck.
Right.
So we walked in Key Largo. There's a store in Merle's Inlet, and Mickey Spillane was in there. He found out, I graduated from the first grade. He gave me a silver dollar.
Oh, wow.
And I still got it.
That's cool, man. Now tell us about the the Moon family, they had a store down there. They had a little mom and pop store down there. What
It was called the Moon Store.
That's very
MOONSTORE, right across the street from the house.
That was creative.
Moon Store.
That was on. Yeah, that was on. That's on 707. That's between Sockers T and Myrtle's Inlet.
Yeah.
Now, back then, there used to be nothing on that road. That's probably the only store down there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Now it's four lanes, and it's golf courses and houses, and there's a new store there.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Collins Creek Store. Right where the Moon Store sat. If anybody, you can ride by there. It's called Collins Creek Store.
Same store, same building.
Well, no, it's been, they tore it down and built a brand new one.
Oh, in the
Okay.
same
It's a
spot,
big
though,
one.
right?
Now, you that's like you pull a tractor trailer in there and get gas.
Oh, okay. So they modernized it a little bit then.
Yeah, you can get potato wedges and fried chicken.
Oh, man. Now you're talking.
That's right.
That's right.
Bull
And
peanuts.
boiled peanuts.
Bull peanuts. They can have them things.
You can have them all.
Oh, man, I'll eat yours.
Yeah. You can have my box of boiled peanuts. Them things mush in your mouth.
Yeah, not a fan.
You got to know what you're doing.
We still love you, man.
Yeah.
All right. Now, on March the 18th of 1978, tell us about that. Rudolph Tyner.
Well, that's the day when he robbed the store with a shotgun. It was March 18th. I believe in the afternoon, about 7 o'clock is what I remember. I don't know about the time, but I know it was March the 18th.
I think they had just closed up shop.
Yeah, they were getting ready to go home and probably eat boiled peanuts. Right there.
Now, did they have some history before all this happened?
Do what?
Did they have some history between each other before all this happened, or is this just a chance robbery?
You talking about Tyner?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, sir. Between the
Like-
Tyner and the Moon family.
There was a guy that was with him that was named Carlton Davis. I guess he was the getaway driver.
Okay.
He was in the car. He was driving the car. Rudolph went in with his shotgun and, basically went right to, asked the man he wanted his money. And Bill Moon says, no, you ain't getting the money. And I believe his wife, Myrtle, spoke up first, and she said something to him. He shot her first, then killed Bill, and he walked out of there with $200.
Over $200.
Over $200. People rob you these days for $20.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell us about Tyner. Where is he from originally?
Harlem, New York.
So he's
That's where he grew up.
okay. What brought him? Do you know what brought him down this way?
I don't know. He was staying with Carlton Davis. The guy, like I say, his getaway driver. He only stayed a mile away.
Okay.
But the thing is, Carlton himself had robbed a guy by the name of Jack Singleton. That was back in October of '77. It was the 21st October.
Okay.
21st October 1977. He robbed Jack Singleton. He got 4 guns, like a .22, a Browning shotgun. Let me see, a double barrel, and another shotgun, a TV, and a couple pieces of jewelry.
Okay.
But they charged him in January. Let me see, January the 20th. They charged him, get an arrest warrant for breaking and entering, housebreaking, grand larceny. That was in January. That was 3 months after he'd robbed it.
Right.
But I guess he probably, somebody talked or he talked and it got around. Somehow, they found out it was him. But I believe it's not for sure. But one of those guns that he robbed from there is the one that killed the Moon.
Okay. Now, did the Moons, did they have any kind of conflicts with Tyner before this murder? Did he ever?
No, I don't think they'd ever seen him before.
Okay.
It didn't have nothing whatsoever.
Right. So basically, he just went in to rob him, and he wasn't leaving without the money, and if he shot him, he had to shoot him.
That's right.
Okay.
They say back in, I don't know if they had crack back then. They said they was doing cocaine.
Right.
Very possible.
That was in the court. They spoke in a little reefer and probably doing some cocaine, and said, well, we need a little more money, so we're gonna go rob this store and get us some cocaine money.
What kind of IQ did Tyner have? Do you know?
Yeah, they said he right before the trial, they sent him to Columbia. I guess it was up there on Farrow Road. That's where they send you most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the name, but it's Department of Health and Environmental Control, whatever.
Yeah.
The doctor went up there and gave him he spends like a week or whatever usually, before you go to trial, see if you sane.
Like a psychological exam or something.
Yeah, psychological, it says right here, it says he was not mentally ill.
Okay.
And he said he had his IQ was 65.
Well, he's about as smart as a cardboard box then, right?
Well, I believe below 75. You know what's happening, I guess. This is a quick trial. Really, from the time it was committed to the time he got his sentence, it was only like 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, it was there's a guy, they call it solicitor in South Carolina. It's like district attorney.
Yeah, they called him a solicitor back then. Yeah.
Well, that's that now.
Okay.
You're a solicitor. My cousin is a solicitor for Old County right now.
Okay.
But back then, it was a guy by the name of Jim Dunn. And this is like a guy, he was like Perry Mason and Matlock, if you could put those two together.
That's pretty awesome, Mary.
But I remember he wore the same suit. It was not the new suit. Not the same suit, but he wore a same black suit every time he went to court. And he got them from the Goldfinch Funeral Home.
Well, how crazy is that?
That's where he'd buy his suit.
Oh, wow.
He bought them from the funeral home.
So I guess the ones he bought from the funeral home, they had a back in them, though, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm starting to say. They had the back in them. But old Jim Dunn, he was like old Southern kind of lawyer, He had a work, he's a good orator.
Yeah.
He could speak.
He was a storyteller, wasn't he?
Yeah, man, he could tell you a story, but he would draw you into it.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
He had some black cowboy boots, and I guess he probably had more than one, but he wore black cowboy boots and that black funeral home suit.
Like Johnny Cash.
Mm-hmm. that was probably intimidating too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. But he was a prosecutor,
Yeah.
And I don't believe he ever lost a case. Really and truly, I don't think he ever lost a case.
Now tell us about Rudolph Tyner when he admitted to the Moon family murders, though, right? He admitted to that.
Yeah, he admitted on the indictment.
Yeah.
But he never spoke during the whole trial. I mean, he didn't say, like at the end of the trial, you got anything to say? He'd say, nope, I ain't got nothing to say. The lawyers was doing all the talking.
Yeah.
I mean, he had two lawyers. One was Richard Booth and Eldridge Edmond. But they did all the speaking. Them and Jim Dunn was the only ones that really spoke. And Tony Semo, he was there. But he's the one that found the body.
Yeah,
As soon as that happened.
He went in and saw his mom and dad murdered.
Yeah. His sister called him and said, go to the store. Something's happened at the store. And like I said, it's right across the street from him. He was a bricklayer.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I knew he was a brick mason.
He was a brick mason.
Mm-hmm.
But he was kind of a tough dude. I mean, really, he was nice, but you didn't want to mess with him.
Right.
Just like anybody else. I mean, you kill my mom and daddy, you got something to look forward to, because you ain't gonna get just away.
Right.
Yeah. They're gonna be
don't care.
payback.
Yeah. So he's pretty vindictive fella, seems like.
All right.
He went to court. He went to court in July 28th, 1978, and October 20th, 21st, he was they didn't sign his death penalty.
Yeah. So they handed.
that was the sentence.
They handed down the death penalty to Rudolph Tyner, then, right?
Yeah. They gave him the. They gave him the. As soon as they started going in, before they went to court, they were going to seek the death penalty on him and Carlton Davis.
Mm-hmm.
But see, Carlton Davis didn't get the death penalty. He got 30 years.
He was just an accessory, right?
Yeah, he was sitting in the car.
Yeah.
But he still got, conspiracy to commit armed robbery. And what else was it? It was criminal conspiracy and armed robbery. That's what he got. He got 30 years.
Okay.
5 years for the conspiracy and 25 for the armed robbery.
And they sentenced Rudolph Tyner to the state penitentiary in Columbia, didn't they?
Yeah, the old CCI on number 12, right? It's still there. It's a museum, whatever now. Last time I was there, I'm sure it ain't gone nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
But that's on the Congaree River. But, that place has been there since the Civil War.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's where he went.
All right, let's talk about Tony. Let's talk about Tony Semo for just a little bit. Tony took this pretty hard, didn't he?
Oh yeah. Well, you imagine. He said, I believe it was in court. I went to the trial one day. I believe it was on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I cut school after lunch and went over there. And I believe that's where I heard it from, was that time. He said he checked his mama's pulse. She didn't have no pulse. But he said he could have stuck his hand in her chest where that shotgun went through her.
Wow.
So
he took it hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would. That's your mama.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right?
And Tony, he was pretty much out for vengeance. He, even though Rudolph Tyner got the death penalty and he was going to be executed for his crimes, he was going to sit on death row for years probably. And Tony didn't want that, did he?
Well, I mean, back then, see, they'd cut the death penalty off
Yeah.
for like 10, 12 years. That's why he went. He went to find somebody to go kill him, or find out if he could.
Yeah.
He went down to Myrtle's Inlet. I mean, I don't know where it was. I know about where it's at. I know, where he went to. It was a bar. But went and found somebody that had been in jail at CCI, and he told him he'd check it out. And, I mean, he paid Peewee Gaskins roundabout to kill him. I mean, he tried to poison him at one time. He said you couldn't kill him.
Yeah, he was.
He tried to poison him, he wouldn't die.
He was sending poison over out of the prison to give to Peewee to try to poison him.
Well, I don't know if he sent the poison. You could probably get that about anywhere. I mean, you can get rat poison about anywhere, strychnine or arsenic, whatever. But anyway, that's what he tried.
They said everything I heard. When he give him the poison, they just give him a tummy ache or a belly ache, and they thought it was just food poisoning from the cafeteria there at the prison.
Yeah, probably was.
Probably what they claimed.
I mean, really. I mean, you got to do that over time. I've read it, but people's tried to poison people and stuff like that. They don't die just. I mean, it's like antifreeze. You just can't give somebody a tea glass full and think it's going to kill them.
Right. It's like
you do that over time.
It was like when on the Velma Barfield case. That's what it was. She would give it to him a little bit at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But they did at the end of it. This is what got me. I mean, is it getting C4 into the prison? I mean, you can get. I mean, I don't know about now. I'm sure it is, but you can get, drugs into prison.
Oh, absolutely.
You get drugs easier in prison than you can on the street.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm sure it's some kind of, some guard or whatever. He got paid off and said, look here, take this C4 in there and give it to Peewee. And he rigged up I'm going to take it this first.
Okay.
All right.
I went to the prison. This was back in I'd say about 88, 89. This is after he had killed him.
Mm-hmm.
After he killed Rudolph. But my wife's uncle was a guard, or he worked in central control. That's where he opened the cells and the doors. You know what I mean? They got the television screens. But he said, come on up here. You can go on tour on Wednesday night. So I went up there Wednesday night. He said, don't wear no blue jeans. I remember he told me that. Don't wear blue jeans. So I go in there. I mean, just like I'd left work. Had a jacket, tie, dressed up.
Yeah.
So we walked in the whole prison. And I told him, he took me to, they called it Sparky, the electric chair in South Carolina. It's called Sparky. And I went in there. I mean, that's a big room. They got the seats in there for people to watch, but they fry you right, in that little, it's an oak chair.
Fry you up like a piece of bacon.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't hooked up or whatever. I sat in it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that thing had been there since like 1890 something. There's a pile of people done died in that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we left out of there and walked through the death row. He showed me the cell where Rudolph Tyner was. And they'd already fixed it up,
Right.
It'd blown it all to pieces. blown the wall down, everything. But they fixed it up, repainted and all that stuff. And we walked down to, there's like, I don't know how many it was. I'd say at least probably 10 or 12 people on death row. And one of them was Peewee Gaskins. I remember, this ain't no lie, son, when I walked by with that guard, L. Hicks was his name, like I say, my wife's uncle. He said, "Oh, you the new warden?" I says, "No, I was just checking out your chair." That's what I thought. And that's what I did. It was right down the hallway from where he was sitting. You on death row. You ain't far from it.
Oh, wow.
That's funny.
But I'm making a joke, he's behind them bars. He can't do nothing to me.
Right.
He'd already had a lot done more to him than I had done to me.
Yeah.
Like I say, your last story for him, that man had a rough life, but he didn't care. He didn't care.
No.
But he would joke and trick and whatever he could do. I don't think. He was conniving man, son.
Mm-hmm.
But it weren't much longer. I believe it was like probably 3 years after that. He got his.
Yeah, they electrocuted Peewee.
Oh, yeah. He only got, I believe Rudolph Tyner was the 9th murder he did. He got charged for 8. And the 9th murder, him killing Rudolph Tyner, he really, in a way, the South Carolina prisons, him killing somebody in the prison and the way he did it, I'm sure he made somebody look bad.
Oh, yeah. So let's go back. You was talking about and telling us that you sure that probably some guard got paid off to bring in some C4. And I know we all know what that is, but can you tell, like the listeners, if they don't know what exactly is C4?
Oh, well, man, C4 is a plastic explosive. You could throw it like a baseball. It won't even blow up till you put a piece of dynamite, blasting cap in it. And that's how he did it. I don't know if, they said he made like a two-way radio.
Right, like a walkie-talkie type.
It wasn't,
Excuse me.
So he could call Peewee, and if he needed drugs or needed whatever, he could just, call him on the radio.
Right, because
But it
Peewee...
would only go between Peewee and Rudolph Tyner.
Right, because Peewee had befriended him, right, and set him up, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
It happened the first day he gave him the radio. It had a plug on it. He said, "Don't plug it in till you get ready to talk to me."
Yeah.
When it was plugged in, when the juice went to it, that's when it blew up.
Mm. So he had packed all the C4 inside this thing, right?
Yeah, it was inside the radio. Like I say, he didn't even know it was there.
Right.
Now, I don't know what it looked like. I guess you can't tell now, because it's blown all to pieces.
Right.
But, I don't know what it looked like or what it had, but he said that you had to plug it in for it to go off.
So Tony, Semo, and Peewee organized this together to kill Tyner.
Yeah, well, Tony never even saw Peewee.
He was just talking to him on the phone. He just called him on the phone in the prison.
He talked to him on the phone.
Uh-huh.
And I believe it was only one time that he talked to him.
Uh-huh.
But like I say, it was, the guy that he talked to in the bar in Myrtle's Inlet fixed all this up.
Yeah.
I believe the thing is, he sent the money somewhere over there in Florence County, where Peewee's family was from, to his son or his daughter, something like that, and they got the money.
Okay. So tell us about Tony Semo. What happened to Tony after this?
Well, he served, 2.5 years? He got 2.5 years in CCI.
Yeah.
When it happened.
How did they discover it was Tony Semo that was behind this? How did they find out?
Oh, they figured it out, man. I mean, it had already been around that he'd said he wanted to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
He talked too much. You know what I mean? And the word got around, and that's how they got him. And I believe, too, it was a telephone call to the prison that they knew. They traced the number back, and it was Tony Semo. And I believe it was at his house. That was before cell phones, you know?
Yeah.
You know, you had to call, Bell South.
How much prison time did Tony get for this?
2.5 years.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I mean, like I say, I believe that was in 84 when he went to prison. So he went I believe it was 2.5 years, or just say 2 years. But it took till, I believe, 1984 is when he went to prison. So he was out in 86.
Yeah. Some of that was work release, wasn't it?
Oh, he was on work release when he was in prison.
Okay. That's what I was thinking.
All that was conspiracy. But you look at it. I mean, how many, is there 12 people that's going to convict you of having a man killed that's guilty and did it for killing your mom and dad?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
And he was in Old Reed County. He went back to Old Reed County to Conway, South Carolina, Old Reed County Court, 15th District, and that's where his trial was. I'm sure he probably, I don't know. I mean, it was a big case back in that day. That was the biggest case you ever had, as far as a murder. And somebody that knew him, knew the family, they knew everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right, there was locals, yeah.
Yeah, it's local. So, like I say, he got, 2.5 years. I mean,
yeah,
that'd be bad. Don't get me wrong, but he did what he did. He always said, I believe this is before he died. He said he don't believe that God will judge him for killing somebody that killed his mom and dad.
Yeah. Now, Tony Semo died of some kind of overdose or something from a pain medication or something, didn't he?
Well, that's what it say. I mean, I heard it was heart attack.
Okay.
I mean, he was 54 years old and died in 2001.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw where it said he had been in a serious boating accident or something. And
yeah. I mean, well, you imagine, laying brick all your life. Your back hurt anyway.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a tough job. Been there, done that.
Yeah. I mean, I won't even take a Tylenol myself, but I don't hurt.
Right.
But that pain medication will get you.
Yep.
If you let it.
Now, Peewee Gaskins, he got the death penalty for killing Rudolph Tyner, didn't he?
That's the only way that got him.
Yeah. Before that, he was just
Go ahead.
I mean, he got the death penalty for 8 murders, which they say, there was 30 some murders that he confessed to. They say it's over 100. I mean, he's the baddest dude in the United States, or probably in the world. I mean, people go to war.
Right.
They don't even kill that many people.
Yeah, that's true.
But, yeah, I mean, that's what got him the death penalty.
Well, he probably made the warden look pretty damn bad there when he bringing in explosives into the prison. He didn't really think that through, I guess. He thought he was untouchable, didn't he?
I think so.
Yep, they showed him.
I mean, well, I mean, I tell you what, man. I ain't judging the man. I didn't know him. I've seen him one time. But I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be in the I didn't want you to open that damn door up.
No.
And let him out.
No, you just tell your joke and go on about your business.
But I know he ain't coming to my house.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can talk trash all I want, but he's on the other side of them bars.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, dang, Ben, I'm glad we had you on the show and to close out, this part of Peewee Gaskins' tale and Tony Semo and Rudolph Tyner.
A little inside baseball for us.
Exactly. Is there anything else you want to tell us about Tony Semo or Rudolph Tyner that you hadn't told us?
Well, Rudolph got his. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
As soon as he plugged that radio in, that was him.
He didn't know
he
what
got
hit
what
him.
he deserved.
Yeah. He didn't know what hit him.
No, he didn't ever know. But he's dead. And Peewee Gaskins is dead.
Yep.
But I hated the fact that, it happened to the Moons.
Yeah. That's
like
awful.
I say, Bill and Murdy, they were some good people. I mean, they would give you, I don't know if it happens anymore. I mean, I know y'all knew, or you do know, there's somebody that's got a store. Somebody walks in there, and they'd like to have a bag of rice and maybe a bag of beans. And I'd sure like to have them young'uns a little, some chocolate chip cookies. But I ain't got no money.
Yeah.
He would give he would give you whatever you want. He'd give you the shirt off his back. But he didn't give Rudolph Tyner nothing.
Yeah.
Especially when you took a shotgun in his store.
Come in demanding, it's different.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, it's
but
different.
I hate it for the fact that Tony, had to handle all that stuff, and live his life. Only 54 when he died, but that your mom and daddy has been, killed for $200.
Yeah.
And then he had to do what he had to do, what he thought he had to do. So, I don't know.
Well.
I mean, I tell you what, man, like I say, you put yourself in his place. What would you do?
Probably do the same thing, Ben.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, I was reading here.
I did.
I was reading here. There's like a 2001 Associated Press report where Tony's sister had said that Tony had told her that he told me over and over, I think constantly, of Tyner laughing while mom and daddy begged on their knees for their life. I did what I did, and that's it. So that guy, that's all he had on his mind. And he wasn't going to stop till he done what he thought was right, and that's what he did.
Well, that's right. I mean, that's the way it is. I mean, it's eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, boy.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean,
all right, Ben.
that's the way I was taught.
Yep. Well, Ben, we're going to get out of here, bud. We appreciate you being on the show today and filling us in on some of this Rudolph Tyner stuff and Peewee Gaskins and sort of closing that story out for us, because that means a lot. And when you contacted me, a couple months ago about this, we've been planning this for a little while and something we've been wanting to do, and I think it turned out great.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, man.
Well, I hope so, man. I mean, I tell you what, I do appreciate. I appreciate what y'all doing.
Well, thank you.
All right, Dale, we want to thank Ben for being on the show today and giving us his thoughts. And
yeah, that was pretty cool to get an insider view there. There was some stuff going on back then.
Yeah, and it sort of closed out the Peewee Gaskins story and what happened with Rudolph Tyner and Tony Semo and that little
right. See what actually was the conflict going on there and what actually brought all that on. That was kind of neat.
And ended up being Peewee's death penalty.
Yep.
So that's a pretty good little story.
Give him a little ticket to old Sparky.
That's right.
All right. One way ride.
All right, Dale, we're going to get out of here.
All right, bro.
We want everyone to be safe, be careful, and always be aware of your surroundings.
Because the next episode could be about you.
This is the
Crack House Chronicles.